everybody. Welcome back. Most of you know us, but for those of you who don't, I'm Sylvia. I'm a boss babe.
I'm Courtney. I'm a proud mom and I'm a growth influencer. And together we're
Side by side. So again, welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody is enjoying their day. And we're always excited every time we come out here to bring you guys any thing that we know that will help you in your growth, business and personal. So today we're going to go over a subject or topic called new school versus old school marketing. Now, we're going to go ahead and explain what that is for those of you who don't know, but this is mainly would be geared towards the newbies and people who do network marketing, not like 8 to 5 people, because you don't have to worry about that. You just do what they tell you. So that's a whole different ball game there. But so we'll go ahead and get started. Courtney, go ahead and start it off.
Okay. Well, we're going to first go over old school of doing things, just so you guys can see the difference between the old school of what we were taught and trained. And then we'll talk about the new school, and then we'll talk about online versus offline. So I hope this will give you some great information. So
really quick, people who don't know old school, what does that mean? Things that have been done like from a long time ago. So,
40,
we'll generalize here, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Old okay. School. Now, now it's, would you say 2000s?
Yes, I would say 2000s.
I would say more like 2020 is all, well, okay. Ever since we had technology, the internet, that would be considered new school. Okay. Right. So that way you guys, it'll make it easier for you to understand what is old school in comparison to new school, which obviously is all the technology, because we didn't have that old school. It was all like, Fred Flintstone, personal, person to person, those type of things. So just to clarify, old school, new school, just in case, and I'm sure everybody knows, but for those of you who don't. So, okay, go ahead, Courtney.
Okay, so the first thing is building businesses using warm marketing. What does warm marketing means? Warm marketing means friends and family.
Okay, so hold on. Is this old school?
This is old school.
Okay, so we're starting out with old school and what and some people still do it, but generally this is what it was. Okay, I'm sorry.
And some of the stuff in old school, don't get me wrong, it'll still work today, but most of it won't work today. So just keep in mind, like, friends and family, if you want to start your business out, you should contact friends and family and let them know about it. Using the 3-foot method, that means whoever you come in contact within 3 foot, you should be talking about your business or trying to get them in your business.
Okay, so this one I really like. Can you give us an example of the 3-foot method?
I'm at a store and there's another lady about 3 feet. You, 3 foot away from me. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Hi there.
What's your name?
My name's Sylvia.
Hi. Isn't this store a wonderful place to shop at?
Yes, I love this store.
Have you ever looked at ways of making extra money on the side of what you're currently making?
Well, I'm currently shopping. I didn't really think about that. No, I never really thought about it. But thanks for offering.
That's a way, or another way is saying hi to her and say, hey, do you have a business card? And if she said yes, you grab the business card, put it in your pocket, don't say a word, and give her a call in about 2 weeks.
So how many of you with that situation would say awkward and difficult? And imagine how hard it was for Courtney to get up the gumption to do that to somebody she doesn't even know. I know it was crazy back in the day, but hey, that's the way it was done.
Our goal was to get business cards, as many business cards you can get, just make those phone calls and stuff. And then you would write on the back of them where you met so you can remember, so that you could try to drive. But that was the goal. And anyone that was 3 feet from you, pumping the gas, going to the grocery store, going to at the beach.
Basically a warm body.
Anywhere. Huh?
Basically a warm body.
Yeah, exactly. Doing one-on-one meetings. Okay, now back then we would get the card, we'd call them and talk to them, and we had our own little saying spiel. Then we would get a one-on-one meeting with them, so we could show them the business opportunity. And a lot of times you dealt with no shows, you dealt with them running late, or them being really, really wondering, do we really want them in the business? But you couldn't really say goodbye.
How would you know? You don't know them.
No, until
you're just doing what the method was: get a number, get a name, and meet.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting to know the person.
Nope. And I like the fact that when we talk about the new one, we get to know the person. Doing parties on products, like there are Scentsy parties, which is candles. And
yeah, but back in the day, Tupperware, Avon, like vacuum cleaning, everybody, because they needed those people to talk to
and to sell and make the extra money and the points, and however they did it, and that's how they did it. When my oldest, matter of fact, when my oldest was a baby, not a baby, I would say she was 4 or 5. I was in a mom's club, and all of us moms would take turns showing our business stuff, products at the meeting that we had once a month, so they could try to make some money and stuff. And that wasn't a bad way of doing it. That was kind of helping each other, but that's just how it went. And a lot of times you go to these gatherings and you do it, you put all this work in and all this hours and time in it, and you maybe sell 3 things, if any, and you wasted your whole night and it was just drawn out. So that's doing parties. That's the old school. Another method is using a high touch method. It's person to person interaction, not a phone call, just person to person interaction. Now, no texting, because they didn't have texting back then. No.
So what would that be an example of? High touch person to person.
It's just being able to talk to that person. Making a point and effort to get together. Like, let's have coffee, let's have tea, let's get together and talk. And that's not a bad thing per se, but you're trying to get to know them, but it's still an awkward because you don't really have that friendship before.
Let's get together. Let's have coffee. Let's go do lunch.
Yes.
And hence those business meetings.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you can write those off when you talk about business.
Yeah, right. You still can, hopefully.
Yeah, but just saying those are advertising, word of mouth, advertising about your products, advertising about what you do, having brochures, having back then I had my own little brochure when I was doing the makeups, and it talked about my experience and all that. I would be passing those out like candy. Not anymore.
So on that note right there, that particular old style, people still use, obviously, when you meet somebody and they ask you, hey, what do you do? So that right there, I mean, there's a lot of things that are old school that like you really shouldn't use, but like that one, number 6, they still continue to use. So there are still methods that are old school that still work for people today. That number 6 is definitely one of them, I would say, as far as on the old school side,
right,
of marketing.
And not all of them are bad. Not all of them bad. Some of them you definitely could still use, like the warm marketing, friends and families. Yes, absolutely, because they're someone that you want to help.
Yeah, everybody knows when you first start your business, you need somebody. So of course, friends and family. That's always the first thing, and I think that's even in the new school, that's still something that they use.
Exactly. So a new school of doing things. Branding yourself, not the company. Providing value to your target audience, which allows you credibility. And that is so true, especially with social media, because you see a lot of different MLM network marketing that they're branding themselves. They're talking about how they use their products themselves, how it benefits. They're getting out there. and they're branding themselves, but they're not branding their business they're a part of. They're
So,
just
so basically they're marketing themselves, not
Mhm.
the product.
Mm-hmm. So people get to know them as a personal level. And then eventually, once you start getting to know them, they'll talk about their product here and there on the website or on social media. So that's one. Building websites. A lot of your companies let you build websites now that you can actually go to and purchase the products through your own website because of technology. A lot of people don't like going to stores to shop. They rather just go on, log on. The millennials like to go on, log on their computer, shop from their computer, and have it delivered to their house. They're completely happy with that. Using online strategies, social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Use those strategies to help build your business. And it is working. This day and age, it is definitely working. And also, when you think about it, when you're able to do that, you get to branch out of the country versus staying in your own state.
Your reach of contact is so much more further than somebody just in your city. You know, like back in the day, that's, well, how far could you go? You only could drive so far.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Unless you traveled. So that right there alone, it just makes your market like huge, global would be the word.
Exactly. Leveraging social media to establish relationships. And exactly, you know, when you start getting people who are liking your comment or are asking you to be a friend on it, then you are leveraging that's kind of like a names list you're building. But you can also go in a private message and say, hey, thank you for following me, or hey, thank you for seeing the value of my content.
Mm-hmm.
That is another way of getting a relationship going before you even talk about your business. Creating a website blog we talked about, and a lot of people do. Certain MLs have multiple streams of income. I mean, some people have the candle, and then they have Amazon.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So, you know, since the new school, it saves you so much time in comparison to the old school. You know, trying to contact people, calling, they don't answer, blah, blah, blah. When you contact people through the internet or whatever, it's like instantly. So of course that frees you up more time. So you know what, if you don't, you know, do or get the goals met that you want, hey, you know what, just start another business, start another one, brand yourself with another company. So you can have multiple businesses going at the same time.
Yes, and you have to watch out. Some MLs will not let you have multiple business either. So
yeah, well, that's something that you're going to have to inquire when you choose to go with them, if you are able to do that. But most of them, go ahead.
You have several different ones going at once, which I think personally, in my opinion, is crazy, because now you're focusing on all these businesses instead of just one to grow it and just stick with it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes one isn't working, so hey, the other one helps. So it just depends on what you're doing. You know,
Exactly.
if you have one that you're only selling one item, which is really hard to sell, it doesn't hurt to have something else that sells multiple items. So then that way that can help you as well. But again, you know, it's up to whatever it is that your business is, well, you know, doing.
Exactly. So now we're going to go on online versus offline, and we're going to talk about offline first.
What do you mean by online, offline?
It's building the business online, offline. Offline is the old way, and online is the new way.
Okay.
It's kind of like what we were talking about here.
Gotcha. Okay. Thanks for clarifying, Courtney.
You're welcome. Okay. What you've been told before, this is the old way, offline. Create 100 names list. Yes. And that's still good today to have a names list to get going, you know, until you're, you know, comfortable. Talk to friends and family. It's kind of a repeat. This is the famous quote that I understood it back then, but to me, it doesn't resonate. Fake it till you make it.
That's so encouraging.
I understand why they used it back then, but now it's like, that would not resonate with me, especially if I want to talk to the younger generation.
Yeah,
They just
they're not going to resonate with that. And especially remember the one throw mud on the wall, see what
yeah,
sticks.
yeah, yeah.
Jeez Louise, you're like, wow, that's how we got.
Go for no. Now that will still happen to you when you do it online too. You're still going to hit no's. Go for as many no's, because when you get through the no's, you know, okay, they're not the ones. You just move forward. That works both ways.
Mhm.
It's not selling, it's sharing. And I kind of agree with that too. I don't know with you, Sylvia. It's not selling, it's sharing. It's sharing about the product and how it works for you. To me, you should be using whatever product you are going to be sharing, so you know about the product and you could promote it more.
Mhm.
You agree with that?
Um, for me, I mean, everybody uses it differently. For me, it's all about sharing. I mean, I'll use stuff, and if there's somebody who has a need for the same stuff, then I can actually tell them with, honesty and that I have used it and this is how it and I like it and this could be the same for you.
Right,
It's not like I'm credibility.
right, exactly.
It's not like I'm just like, oh, I don't know. So, I do believe in the sharing because again, I like helping other people. And if, somebody has a question or they have dry skin or whatever, if I can help, great. I like that in comparison to just throwing out the sale first.
Mhm.
That doesn't
Yeah, I have this. Would
resonate
you
with
like to
me.
buy it? Hold events. I still see that true for today, but a lot of them are virtual, but definitely holding events to learn about the business more and learn about the products, learn about upcoming new products. That works both ways. Now, online, Facebook, send personal messages to people who send you friend requests, shares or like your post or comments on your post. That's another great way of getting to know people first before you just throw up all over them.
That's what we say.
Follow ups, following up after you talk to them, see how they're doing and what, if there's just following up with them, getting back with them, showing them that you care about them, not the bottom line. You care about them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Facebook Live, going on live with, or even a live on Instagram, Facebook, just going up live and just sharing about yourself, sharing about maybe a certain product that you come to like that you really like.
So you say Facebook Live. I mean, they can use other social media, correct? Like Instagram, LinkedIn,
LinkedIn, TikTok.
MeWe.
Yep.
What else is out there?
Isn't there Snapchat, I think?
Yeah, Snap. Oh, TikTok.
TikTok.
So just remember, Facebook is not the only place to go because I know for a good minute there, Facebook, they were saying Facebook was the place to be.
And it's not.
Personally, from what I've seen, I don't think that. I never have, but a lot of people do. So, but just to let you know, there's other outlets. Don't think that that is the only place to go. There are other social media outlets that you can do all that as well.
And I'm in agreement with Sylvia right there. Facebook is not really there anymore. And if you follow Gary Vanderchuk, he will tell you TikTok's the place to go, Instagram is the place to go, and LinkedIn is the place to go so far. So those are the places that we don't have anything with TikTok. We have an account, but we haven't done anything with it.
Yeah.
Yet. But that's just another way of going about getting your name out there and eventually getting your products out there. Text messaging. Millennials love text messaging because they hate phone calls. They won't pick up. I have a daughter who's a millennial, and she specifically told me, text me, don't call me.
And what's a millennial?
A millennial is a generation in, I forgot the year. She was born in 88. I think it's in 87 through, I think it's 87 through 97. I can't remember, but it's in that I'll put it in the comments
Okay.
below.
I
What the
mean,
year.
I mean,
I have a
maybe
millennial.
everybody knows, maybe
Yeah,
everybody doesn't.
I have a
Just in case.
now I
It's
can't say the word.
basically the younger generation.
Younger
Not
generation.
the like, yeah, not like the baby boomers, which are like
Right.
old school.
Yeah, not the baby boomers, not the Gen X, because I'm a Gen X. Not millennials are the ones who are in the workforces now, and the Gen Z, which is my daughter, my middle daughter. They're the ones who are going to be taking over, doing the main shopping and doing all that eventually. So we have to help them and communicate in the way they're okay with communicating, because it's not going to work the old way with the millennials. So numbers reaching out is basically the same thing, just reaching out, saying, hi, how are you? Text messaging, instant messenger, and getting out there and make connections. And I'm not saying just do it online. You make connections while you're out and about. It seems natural and normal. If you're trying to force stuff out of you, it's not natural. Just get out there and just be comfortable and just enjoy. Sylvia taught me a lesson, a big lesson. Go out and do things that you like to do. And if it comes up to be able to talk about rock, great. If it doesn't, you're having a fun time, you're doing your life, there you go.
Exactly. So, that way, because a lot of people get stressed out. Oh my God, I haven't talked to anybody. Oh, I haven't made a connection. And that's a bad vibe. If you're going to have that vibe, you're not going to meet nobody, because people are going to sense that, and it's not going to happen. So you earnestly, genuinely need to be just out there living your life. And then the people will come to you. Your customers will come to you, your new business partners, they'll all come to you. You should not have to be feeling like you're forcing yourself out there, because people can feel those vibes. And it makes you feel worse as day goes by. You're like, oh, again, forget it. Those are old school tactics where you.
Exactly.
So as I was telling Courtney, I mean, there should be no reason why you have to be stressed out, every day trying, to get a customer or to show people your products, because they're good. So what's the issue? If somebody compliments you, if you have skincare on your skin, there you go. Everything speaks for itself. So that's why I told her, you know what? Have fun. Do you, and it will come to you. I really believe that.
Yeah, I agree with her, because it's been happening that way lately for me. So I'm just going on with my life. And if it was natural, if it's something I could say to someone, then I'll do it. If it's not, I won't do it, because they can read. They could tell it's not natural.
Yeah, people sense if you're trying to push something on them. They really do. They'll be like, God, it's just weird.
Exactly.
I got a bad vibe.
Exactly. So with that, doing stuff online, you have to give yourself grace. It's going to take about a year of hard, persistent work to get your name out there and to get whatever products that you want to share out there. It's going to take a year. So what you have to do is you've got to follow through. You just have to sit down and follow through and keep doing what you got to do to get your name out there. You'll go through no's faster, which is true, but at least you'll know who you want to work with, and commit to the learning process. Sylvia and I, to this day, still watch YouTube, still trying to learn how we could do Instagram better, how we could do YouTube better. Keep learning, because things are going to evolve every single time. You need to stay updated to what's going on.
Oh yeah, and especially with technology, you have to, if you're old school, you're going to have a hard time keeping up. You have to change that and go with the new, if that's what you really want, because it's continually changing.
Exactly. And just remember, it's changing out there. It's not the same as it was when the 80s and 90s anymore. It's not. The world's changed, technology's changed. It's different. So just give yourself grace and be willing to learn. Because if you're not willing to learn, you're not going to go anywhere.
Exactly. And, I'm sure Courtney can agree with me. It has changed a lot. We have seen like tremendous change. And one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to go over this topic was because there's so many people out there who really earnestly, they want to do well, they want to grow their business, they want to meet people, but they haven't learned or jumped on the new school bus. They are still riding the old school bus. And if you're one of those people, hopefully this will help you, make you want to, make you want to learn more. Because I know I've heard them, they say, oh, I don't want to say old, but that's what they say. I'm too old for that and this and that. None of that is true. You can do anything you want to do, regardless of what age it is. If you would like to succeed, you want to be happy, you want to help others succeed, you're going to make change.
Exactly.
You are going to make change regardless of whatever it is at your pace, and it's going to work for you.
Exactly. And like we said, there are certain things in the old school that's still relevant today, like making a names list, because you never know what's going to come out of that, and just doing what you're supposed to do.
With that being said, with these few things that we have gone over in regards to new school and old school, if you're thinking about it and some of these things resonate with you as far as the new school, but whoever you're with now or whatever, team or whatever you want to call it, they're not doing it, maybe you might want to mention to them, hey, let's look at other ideas. Let's do more social media, give them more ideas. And then in that way you can move forward and possibly help your team as well. So
exactly.
Yeah, I hope, and I know a lot of this stuff will resonate with more of the old school, because it's a lot to catch up. Exactly. Courtney and I have been catching up for a good minute.
And
because
learning.
We want to do that. We want to be current.
Exactly. And we want to learn so we could be a service to you guys, to help you guys grow faster too. So let us work and let us put it out there, and you guys can just absorb it and take what you like, and go run.
We're not saying, hey, do it. We're saying, hey, this is what's out there. Think about it. Does it resonate with you? Is it something you'd like to do? If you don't like it, fine. That's okay. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to start doing stuff like that. You just didn't know how, or you didn't know about it. We want to make you guys aware of what is out there so you can better yourself in all your areas of growth. That's how we just want to help you guys.
Exactly. And you know what? Go out there, build a community. You guys can do this. Build the relationships, build real, genuine relationships with anyone who could be a potential business partner, and you guys are going to thrive. Seriously.
Oh, definitely. But, always have a good attitude, be positive. You can do it, even though it's something you're not familiar with. Just remember back when you were younger, you didn't know how to do something, you learned. It's the same thing. It's just keeping up with the times.
Exactly.
So, I'm glad that Courtney and I picked this particular topic to go over, because it's very prevalent everywhere.
Yes, it is.
With business, personal, and whatever, you can use it too. So I hope all of you guys got something from this, and that it resonates with you. Sorry. And that it resonates with you. But I'm going to go ahead and lead on with my famous words. Always be consistent, because everything is always subject to change.
And if you guys love this video, please give it a thumbs up if you got value out of this video. And please leave any comments about how this helped you, or any suggestions that might help others that we may have not have brought up that might help others build their business. Anything that you would like to see from us, please definitely leave the comments down below. And with that,
yeah, we're up for suggestions. Whatever it is, we want to hear if you're trying it, if you did it, if you heard it and said, wow, I'm going to bring it up to my mentor and they like it. Hey, we want to hear it. We want to know that,
your success.
The information is being put out there and it's helping people. So definitely think of that. So with that being said, until next time, guys, everybody have a wonderful day, and we
Yes.
will see you soon. Keep growing your business.
Yes, you got this. Take care. Bye.
Bye.